It's a good decision from the referee. I know the Clare supporters around us won't be happy, but it's charging.
And it will be a Waterford free from back inside their own half, but this within range for Stephen Bennett.
It is interesting as well, just in the last play, you saw the ball going in there to Bennett. John Conlon was standing right outside his own 45. You'd expect a guy sitting, we'll say, to play closer to his full back line, but Clare sticking true to their values. They're going to stay pushed up around the pitch.
So Stephen Bennett looking to get his first score from a free. Driving this one in, it's just riding the wind, and they just pushed it outside the left hand upright and out to the left and wide. So we remain all square after 4 minutes. And away Clare go again. They take the puck out through Quilligan, out as far as McInerney, hugging the sideline on the far side. In there now is Aidan McCarthy, races all the way through. It might just open up here for Clare. Levy is there again, gets the hit on Peter Duggan. Good defending from Waterford, and the home team have won it back. Sweeping up the loose ball is Dara Lyons, who sends it out across the 45-metre line. Picked up by Jack Prendergast. Tadhg de Borca now has the head up and launches it in there. It's 2-on-2 inside, and that's a Waterford free.
Yeah, Patrick Curran inside there and Adam Hogan. He just kind of got the jump slightly on him there, but again, it just shows the space. At that point in time, the ball's played in. John Conlon was standing on the halfway line, marking Jamie Barron. The two boys are inside, 2v2. You'll see a bit of that there today. And first Adam Hogan, he tried to get out in front, just the referee spotted out the corner of his eye.
And this will be a free for Stephen Bennett again. The last one was pretty difficult. This one far easier for Stephen Bennett, right in front of the post. And it should be a good chance to put Waterford in front here after 5 minutes. Bennett was the top scorer in the championship in 2020, and he's got a second point of the game here. This one from a free, and Waterford move in front. Crowd has been coming in from very early on this afternoon. Real sense of occasion in Waterford. Their first home match in this year's championship. There's the view of Eibhear Quilligan with this puck out for Clare. Hanging up in the wind again, Duggan underneath this one, but the break spills down, and Waterford trying to get bodies in around the ball. No one able to get it up just yet. Waterford do, though, emerge with possession through Dara Lyons out towards Prendergast, who has the head up early again. It's 2-on-2 inside once more. Break ball again. Clare getting the bodies back in a defensive position, but Desi Hutchinson did well initially and just crowded out of it, and Clare flooding the bodies back inside the 45, but Waterford have it through Mahoney. Out it comes, and the shooting opportunity for Dara Lyons here, sending it in high and sending it over the bar, and Waterford move 2 in front.
Yeah, good score from Dara Lyons. He floated it in there from the right to left. You'll see it here. The breeze is blowing left to right as you look here at this camera shot from behind the goals. It's very well measured.
Like a golfer hitting a fade in there. Dara Lyons guiding it over the bar, and Waterford have a 3-1 lead. As the puck out goes long again, and Clare raced onto it. Ryan Taylor, but just couldn't control the ball. And now Tadhg de Borca held up in the challenge by Taylor again. Bodies crowding in around the ball, and Waterford managed to come away with it. Mark Fitzgerald racing down the heart of that Clare defence, sending this one in and over the bar again, and Waterford really have their tails up now.
Yeah, they won the ruck there, and Fitzgerald, in fairness, when he broke outside, maybe a little pass inside could have been on, but he's right to take his score. They'll need all of these Waterfords. A really strong breeze blowing into Eibhear Quilligan's face now. You can even see it on his puck out. Waterford done really well on the puck out here now. They've spoiled Duggan.
Just off camera, David Fitzgerald was making a long range run. This one out towards John Conlon. Goes away though from the Clare centre back and out for a line ball. Things just going Waterford's way right now. Waterford coming into this match off the back of that triumph in Division 1B of the league that came after losing to Carlow early on in the campaign, but they've bounced back brilliantly. They've got players back to fitness, and Austin Gleeson on the bench today as well. He may see some game time. The former hurler of the year. Clare have won the ball back there. Conor Lean does well, gets it back to Cian Galvin, sends it forward to Cathal Malone, who has a point already. He's sizing a shot up here as well. This one sailing in there. The umpire is looking at it, and that one over the bar again. Brilliant from Cathal Malone.
Yeah, really good from Malone there. He's gotten the measure of these conditions. He's slightly off the back foot here. It's a really good score again.
More measured puck out this time from Billy Nolan. He was looking for the run of Kevin Mahoney. Again, Stephen Bennett is involved. He's won it. He scored a point from the right left-hand sideline. This one's from the right, but this one is into the arms of Eibhear Quilligan, out towards David McInerney. That one then races by David Fitzgerald, and if Waterford could get it up here, they may be able to run at Clare because they're a little bit exposed. Instead, they'll try and settle for the point. Patrick Curran sending this one in, and it's another point for Waterford.
Darragh Lyons tidied it up and got it inside to Curran there. Again, Waterford need this momentum. Winning little battles around the pitch.
Patrick Curran in the senior panel since 2015. Waterford have the ball again. Lovely challenge to win it back for Clare. That was David Reedy. Now the ball into space along this right-hand flank. Opportunity to shoot here, coming back onto the left for Mark Rogers. This one looks good and just about hangs on in between the uprights, and a good score for Clare.
Yeah, again a chance to put the head up and look at it, but just the flick away really from David Reedy here was what set up this opportunity for Rogers. He got Prunty one-on-one out on the side. Can't stress enough how good a score that is, the way the conditions are in the breeze.
Waterford goes short this time. They've made a bit of a mess of it, but they have got a free just outside their own 45-metre line. They lead by 2 points, 5 points to 3. Brian Lohan hoping that Clare can take the momentum into this match, having staged that remarkable recovery last week against Cork and Ennis. It's such a tight turnaround for them. That's the nature of the Munster Championship. Billy Nolan has come out to hit this one, Brendan.
Yeah, that's one of the perks, I suppose, of having a player like Billy Nolan in the goals. He will give you this long puck and accuracy, I presume.
Gets the strike. This one, again, riding the wind, but just out to the right and wide. Had plenty of distance behind it.
Yeah, he tried to float it in on the breeze. I'm surprised normally he hits them hard. He just tried to measure it over the bar.
Short Clare puck out as far as the corner back, Adam Hogan. Rather aimless ball forward, and Waterford will pick that one up through Mark Fitzgerald. Space in the middle for Jamie Barron. Now the shooting opportunity for Darragh Lyons has a point already, and this one has found the range. It's another Waterford point. They lead by 6 points to 3.
Again, Waterford have been really good on giving that stick pass inside, finding that. You see Barron, the hand pass off the shoulder. They're very good at finding the guy in the middle third there, get the shot away.
Clare trying to work it through the lines. McInerney was fouled. Chris Mooney awards the free. Clare just off camera now, bringing Clare's in around the goalmouth area. This is what the free was for, as McInerney won possession and turned the other direction. This one will be pumped in long. Prunty underneath that one for Waterford. Meehan in there now for Clare as well. Challenge comes in from Irla Daly. Clare still have possession. Now it squirts loose and the ruck develops, and Waterford looked in charge of the situation for a moment, but Clare have it back. They've got a shooting chance as well. That one has been kept out by Billy Nolan, watched it all the way, and now has the chance to clear his lines. Clare committed quite a few bodies forward. McInerney is the spare body back in defence this time. There might be something on here. Bennett is inside, hits the deck, the ball is still loose. Bennett goes after it again, but Conlon is back there to tidy it up for Clare. Darragh Lohan was there as well, the full back. The referee has sounded the whistle.
Yeah, Waterford players around the referee there. Chris Mooney asking for the pull down, for the black card as such. Tried to explain everything there to Desi.
So it's a free, and that's all it's going to be, is a free. This is what it's for. Stephen Bennett raced in after the ball.
He wasn't in. The rule around the black card is that if the player's in possession of the ball when he's pulled down, then it's a black card and a penalty. The referee feels that Bennett was not in possession of the ball when he was dragged down, so therefore it's a free, and that's the debate that's going on there currently. But
it's just going to be a free. That's going to be the decision. It looks like Stephen Bennett is still arguing the case, but he will have the chance from the free to get the point.
Yeah, it's an unusual one, I suppose, caught in a lot of ways, that if Bennett doesn't have the ball in his hand, you can rugby tackle and pull him down, and it's not a black card or a penalty.
Well, it's a point at the end of it all for Waterford. A third one of the day for Stephen Bennett, and they move 4 points in front. 13 minutes on the watch now. Eibhear Quilligan surveying the options available to him from this puck out. He'll go long this time, over towards the stand side. Again, Duggan does brilliantly to hold off the challenge and wins the free. Well, that's what he offers, Peter Duggan.
He doesn't. He'll be offered a new helmet now because the face guard's come off that one. But again, that's what Duggan does. The first couple of those were slightly over his head. He had to go at the Hurley, take him down, made it easier to mark. But on that one, it hit the sweet spot down his hand. See him holding off the left shoulder. He can actually change hands, Duggan. He can catch it left or right in that occasion. Very hard to mark, especially when he comes down. He's so big and strong then. So running repairs on the helmet, but great catch.
And now the free for Aidan McCarthy. Duggan just getting some running repairs as McCarthy lines this one up now. The wind whipping across his left shoulder as he tries to negotiate the breeze, sending it in. But it's pushed that one to the right and wide.
Yeah, any free there into those goals is going to be very difficult. It's hard to aim at 2 or 3 yards outside the left-hand post as McCarthy was looking there, but that has to be the job.
And they tried a few different free takers last week, Clare, as well. This one off target. Puck out from Nolan is a good one. It's found its way all the way down to Patrick Kern, who's inside the challenge momentarily. Had space to race into, instead recycles possession out as far as Jamie Barron, and that one is over the bar as well. Waterford playing really, really good.
They are, and I said before the game, the Walsh supporters have to get involved. Barron is a lot involved there, Curran as well. It's a great score again from Barron, but the Walsh supporters now have something to shout for here. The team are playing really, really well, using the ball well around the pitch.
8 points to 3. Waterford with the aid of the breeze, remember, in this opening half at Walsh Park. The break spills the way of the Clare corner forward Ryan Taylor, runs at the challenge of the midfielder Darragh Lyons, gets away. He has the advantage here from the referee as well. It's still Ryan Taylor for Clare, sent it across towards Shane Meehan. The referee will bring this one back. He had indicated the advantage.
Yeah, I was just wrapping the arms around. Taylor's pace is always an issue for any defender when he squares you up, and he got inside. See the two arms wrapped, the left hand there of Darragh Lyons. The one, he'd be happy enough in a lot of ways just to concede the free there.
Yeah, this is a chance from the opposite side of the field for Aidan McCarthy after that effort a couple of moments ago from the stand side. Virtually straight into the breeze here on the angle with the way that the breeze is blowing today. Making his 26th championship appearance today, Aidan McCarthy from Ina Kilnamona, driving this one in again. It's just curling away. Did that one creep inside the post? It is wide.
There's no gimmies the way that wind is into those goals. And McCarthy shooting into there. It's tricky left-handed hurler hitting into the breeze like that.
Just outside the post. 3 wides for Clare. Long puck out from Nolan. Look at the distance on this one, all the way down to the goal mouth, down the other end. Clare have dealt with it well, however, and cleared away by McInerney. McCarthy a little bit deeper this time. Gets out in front of Ian Kenny. Rounds the challenge then of Darragh Lyons. Away goes McCarthy down the middle. Brings it all the way across. Clare player in space there was Peter Duggan. Ball doesn't quite find its way to him, and now Ian Kenny has it. Desi Hutchinson back in his own defensive line. Plays this one forward. Again, Clare defend well. That's out for a Clare line ball. Coming in after it was Jack Prendergast. Line ball now for Cian Galvin into the starting team today. This one though won by Waterford. Kieran Bennett claimed it. Under a lot of pressure here along the sideline, all very tight and congested. And out for a Waterford line ball this time. It'll be taken by Jamie Barron possibly. Well, these sides played out a cracker in Ennis last year. Clare needed a late 65 to win by a single point. And now Waterford leading by 5 here, but they have the aid of the breeze in the first half. They're looking for a free here. Chris Mooney's not interested, waved that one away straight away. And now Clare picked the ball up down in the corner, but that's a loose hand pass again. Waterford closing in on possession. They sense turnover might be on here, and they have got it back. Waterford, can they cap this off with a score? It'd be a big one, you feel. Looking for the free, they'll get it this time. And the pump of the air from Jack Prendergast tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, to be fair to the Clare defender there, when he looked up, you see the drag back there from Fitzgerald. It's out of frustration as much as anything. You see there the left hand across. Prendergast saw as a threat, but prior to that play there, Clare player looked up in the corner, was going to hit it up the line, but Ty DeBurker's red helmet was about 50 or 60 yards up from him, so he knew he couldn't, so they tried to run it out. Waterford got the chance of the turnover. Net result, Bennett standing over the bar
for another point, and Stephen Bennett gets his 4th of the afternoon, 3 of them from frees. And Waterford lead by 9 points to 3, midway through the opening half now. Will they be pleased with the position they're in, Waterford?
They will, and they need all of these. The breeze is really, really strong, but they're in this game big time now, and they're winning the breaks like this, moving the ball forward well.
Jamie Barron dishes that one off as far as Dara Lyons. He has 2 players over. Lyons scampers after that one himself. He'll take on the shot here. This one is heading in and over the bar again. Dara Lyons with his 3rd point of the game.
Yeah, Clare are going to have to change something here. The ball has been moved around that between the 265s. They need to bring their half forwards back closer to their own goal and try something different here. There's too much space around that middle third of the pitch, and Waterford have moved the ball really well to the shooter.
Clare with work to do again in this first half, as they did last week in the first half against Cork and Ennis. This time they have possession with John Conlon. Holds off the challenge, then is dispossessed just as he was lining up for the shot. Waterford were looking for a free again there. They won't get it, and that's gone out for a line ball for Clare.
Some more from Kevin Mahoney. Just when Conlon thought he had a chance to pull the trigger and steady the ship a small bit, Kevin Mahoney must have ran about 70 yards there to get him underneath the stand. It's great tracking back. That's the real fill up there. It's hitting the ball over the bar is one thing, but that kind of work rate there of Mahoney coming back to stop Conlon getting the shot away.
Line ball for Clare will be taken by Peter Duggan. Just one player in on the edge of the square as Duggan lines this one up. He struck it well. How's this one for accuracy? It's over the bar. That's absolutely brilliant from Peter Duggan.
Yeah, great line ball from Duggan. I think McCarthy was struggling with the freeze from over there. He just cut it over the bar like it's a thing of nothing. It was great leadership from Duggan.
Clare's first score in 10 minutes closes the gap down to 6 points. Waterford moved the ball quickly down the other end, but that's well defended. Good work from Adam Hogan. Played it down as far as John Conlon, who had a player closing him down from the back, but gets it away in time. Clare working this one short now through the hands. I think Waterford are claiming there might have been a throw ball in there. There's the challenge coming in from Patrick Kern on Conlon. Good work here from Waterford. They squeezed right up and they might just have it back. Still pushing forward. In the end, composed defending from Dara Lohan, and eventually Clare just belted clear. They were under a lot of pressure. Down on top of Tyg de Burka, who misses it, and now David Reedy will come after it for Clare. Big chance here for a score. It'll be a big one if they get it, and Reedy finds the range. That's a really good point. Clare were under a lot of pressure, but they find the score.
They were under a lot of pressure, right. Waterford were all pushed up on them. They worked the ball around. Tyg de Burka just misjudged the flight of it there, but again Reedy finished well. All came from the great work of the Clare backline. They were running the gauntlet there for a while, close on turnovers. Waterford on the way again.
Long ball down from Conor Prunty. This one is going to drop on the edge of the square again, and it falls nicely for Jack Prendergast. There might be a hint of a goal on here. Ball squirts loose out towards Patrick Kern. Has a player in the pocket. That's Jamie Barron, and he settles for the point. And Waterford with an instant response down the other end.
Yeah, great work inside again from Prendergast. Really well to skirt the ball out there, like you said, to Kern. That was Barron. He was never going to miss from there.
Second point for Jamie Barron this afternoon. That restores the 6-point advantage. Don't forget, we have more live action coming up later on from the Munster Championship. Cork against Tipperary to come from 4 o'clock this afternoon. Defending here at Walsh Park to do for Waterford. They haven't managed to do it. Clare have the ball down in the corner. Good feet from Shane Meehan. He's in along the end line here. This will be a fine score if he gets it. Shane Meehan, that's absolutely superb. Good score for Clare.
Yeah, he fainted to go outside with the pass, and then once he cut back inside again, he put Ian Kenny under pressure. Again, it's a good score. Clare has steadied up slightly here now. They've been able to get long deliveries inside.
Ian Kenny takes the short puck out from Billy Nolan. Sends this one down. The Clare backs doing okay in the last few minutes. This is Dara Lohan out in front and completes the job. Dishes it off as far as David Fitzgerald, who'll drive it in long. This one hanging up in the air, but Shane Meehan is in around the back. Nolan has to come here and just about gets there in time. Now Waterford can look down the other end with Mark Fitzgerald. It's one-on-one on that inside line. Tussle going on off the ball. Conor Lean is marking Patrick Kern, and their referee happy enough just to let things develop. John Conlon now takes a hold of possession for Clare. Back as far as Cathal Malone, who has 2 points already. High one down, but Waterford gather that one rather easily. And the referee awards the free for Waterford.
Yeah, again, there's great pressure from the Waterford forwards, not allowing the Clare backs to pass the ball around. Putting pressure on the strike up the pitch then, which is allowing Tyg de Burka to move back a bit to shelter these defenders.
Now, Brian Lohan is in there, and there's a bit of a dispute happening here.
Clare, I think, were claiming that the Waterford player touched the ball, which would have made it in play. So from that point then, Reedy would have gotten involved and hit it over the bar. Kieran O'Regan's over there just explaining what...
The referee, Chris Mooney, just wants the free to be taken from the right place. Brian Lohan is still arguing the Clare case to the officials on the far side of the field. But it will be a Waterford free, and it'll be taken by Stephen Bennett. This is a chance for Waterford to maybe add another score. Bennett didn't connect with that one at all well. Ends up going short, and Waterford have to try and win possession again. In there is Mark Fitzgerald, but Clare have it. Good work back there by Ryan Taylor. Sends it off as far as Mark Rogers. Extra defender back here for Waterford. That's a wonderful work from the full-back Conor Prunty. Plucked that one from the air. All the way back now to Billy Nolan, who might be within range here, Brendan. He's a long way out, but he sent this one in long. How's this one for accuracy? And it's in there.
Free out for square ball.
A free out.
Yeah, he's in the free out for a square ball with Desi as.
So it'll be a free out. Nolan fancied that one from all the way back there, almost on his own 21-metre line. But it is a Clare free. And some running repairs required here, so it gives the teams to have a bit of a breather. So 5 points the margin. And now Quilligan will take this free for Clare all the way back there.
He's actually getting holding against Patrick Curran. It wasn't Desi Hutchinson, it was Curran as the ball was coming in, was holding back his man Conor Lean. So he's given the free from the 21, not the edge of the square.
Played clear by Quilligan over the head of Levy and all the way through to Aidan McCarthy. Ian Kenny is after him. McCarthy does well to shrug off the challenge now. Has a player inside him as well. That's David Fitzgerald. Eventually finds its way into him. Fitzgerald now on the loop looking for the score here. Wonderful block down there. And Mark Fitzgerald looks to complete the defensive job but loses out. Now Waterford will sweep it up through their midfielder Darragh Lyons, and there's space here along the sideline, but that's over the head of Kevin Mahoney. Out for a Clare line ball, and they take it quickly. Loose player inside. Back there putting in the challenge was Jamie Barron, but now it's with his opposite number Mark Rogers, who squirms clear of the couple of challenges. Another shooting chance here for Cathal Malone. He won't add to his tally here. That one doesn't even make its way wide. And now Billy Nolan moving down the other end for Waterford. Just under 10 minutes to go to half time. They lead by 5 points. Can they extend the lead here with Billy Nolan? Has the distance and he has the accuracy as well. Brilliant score from Billy Nolan. He had the full aid of the breeze from that angle. That's some score.
He had, if anybody saw Billy Nolan 2 years ago in Thurles, and he was main sweeper for Waterford against Tipperary, he broke our hearts that day too, hitting balls over the bar from 100 yards. Great score.
6 point lead. They'd love to pad it out a little more before half time, but Clare might have other ideas. Here's John Conlon, gets the hand pass away in time, and now racing forward is Ryan Taylor. That's a good score for Clare. Ryan Taylor on the end of the move. Conlon did well.
They did. They moved the ball really well. That's the important bar for Clare. If they can sit deeper, they can run the ball up through that channel. It was really well worked. Good response.
Just about staying in touch. And remember, Waterford with the strong breeze in this first half as they go short from the puck out. Tyg de Borca tries to get away from the challenge of Duggan, but he manages to win the ball back, Peter Duggan. Now it's with David Fitzgerald, who just can't get the hand pass away in time. There was a loose player in the middle. And now Waterford get it back again. It's all very congested there. Jack Prendergast tries to bring it away and does find a spare man in Conor Prunty, who sends it forward again, but the Clare defenders on top again. This time Adam Hogan does well. The referee has sounded the whistle. Hogan went down under the challenge. Now Chris Mooney going in to inspect. Looks like he took a bit of a knock there. Yeah, Adam Hogan
got a flick into the arm there. It's always fine margins, I suppose. The Clare players are saying that it was an intentional strike. We'll have to see the replay here to see what's going on. The referee and his linesman there will have to have a conversation here. You can see Desi coming in, trying to flick. Oh, he pulled just across. It's a nice bit away from his arm there. You see the flick coming in there. It wasn't. It was a flick, and I'd say that'll be it.
With Chris Mooney in there now as we get another look at that replay.
Yeah.
And let's see what the decision will be.
So,
Going to have a word with the linesman as well. All the time Adam Hogan receiving some attention.
I'd expect it to just be a yellow card. It's flick of the Hurley.
Well, Waterford are incensed. But it looks like Desi Hutchinson will go into the book. And it is a yellow card.
And it is. And it's careless use of the Hurley, and it is a good decision, the referee. And he flicked him about a foot away from where the ball was in his hand. So there's nothing more than that. We'll just move on.
Peter Queally, the Waterford manager, in his first season in charge, having been involved in the background under a couple of management teams. I've spoken, and Waterford have been keen to make sure that they have a good record here at Walsh Park in this Munster Championship. So important to get points on the board at home. They play Limerick here again in this campaign as well. Their away matches against Tipperary and Cork as the ball returns to play, and Waterford have the free.
Pushing it back by McInerney there. I think it was Barron he was with over there on the far side of the pitch. Barron was favoured to win it, just got the nudge into the back of him. I'd expect Bennett now not to go short here like he did on the last one.
And this will be Stephen Bennett, 4 points already. Route 1 this time, as Brendan says. Wind driving this one in towards the goal, but it's out to the left and wide.
Still only 5 points in it. For me, it's a 7 or 8 point breeze that we have down there. So Waterford has still a nice bit of work to do before they get to half time to extend this lead.
The time running out all the time for Waterford to try and add to that lead as we head past the half-hour mark here at Walsh Park. The sun starting to emerge, and the break ball in the middle favoured David Fitzgerald. Just couldn't get control of it at the first time of asking, and now it's with Waterford, and Mark Fitzgerald plays it clear, racing forward now. The cornerback Irla Daly has the head up, thought about the ball inside, then tried to go past McInerney, but finds his progress halted. And Clare now down the other end with Mark Rogers, plays it off quickly as far as Aidan McCarthy, drives it in there over the head of Shane Meehan and all the way through for a wide.
Yeah, it just kind of reflects where Aidan McCarthy's confidence is at the moment. Didn't want to pull the trigger and take the shot. Billy Nolan's away quickly.
Out as far as Jack Prendergast, who will angle this one in. Clare do have extra bodies back there. The ball all the way through. Patrick Curran scampering after that one, and that's out for a Waterford 65. So a chance to add to their tally from the dead ball. That one all the way through. Came off the hurl of Conor Lean last.
65, all right. Yeah, just about.
So Chris Mooney just making sure everything is in order, and now we will have the 65 from Stephen Bennett. Oh, drives it low, hasn't caught that one at all well. The break just might favour Waterford though. Clare have defending to do, and bodies in around the ball eventually. Conor Lean gets it and now brings it away out as far as John Conlon. The pass is just a little bit loose, that allows Jamie Barron to sense that a turnover might have been on. Clare do retain possession. McInerney plays it all the way across to his goalkeeper Eivor Quilligan, who brings the ball clear. Waterford just dropping off, allowing Quilligan to have possession, and now he drives it forward. Duggan is in around the back here, possibly being chased back by Mark Fitzgerald. Holds off the challenge, Peter Duggan. Now has the shooting opportunity. It might just open up here. Still Peter Duggan for Clare. He takes the shot, and that one has found the range. Good score.
Yeah, it's great strength. It's great strength there. He just turned Mark Fitzgerald over. He just thought there might be a goal chance and was happy then to take the point.
You'd imagine Clare would be pretty happy with the position they're in, with the breeze to come in the second half. They trail by 4 as half-time comes into view. Waterford drive it long again. Clare defence has been pretty good over the last few minutes. They've got more of it to do here. Ball in the arms now of Kevin Mahoney, who swings this one over the right shoulder. And this one wide again.
Yeah, 65 wide, then that one going wide. They just need all of these.
4 wides for Waterford. And Quilligan now with the puck out.
When you see Billy Nolan putting the ball in the square from as far out as he is, you can imagine if Eivor Quilligan doing it and it's Peter Duggan standing inside there. Makes a big difference.
That could well be the ploy for Clare in the second half. And there is the aforementioned Peter Duggan again. Played so well last week at Cusack Park, and he's doing it again here today. There might be another score on here for Clare, the All-Ireland champions, through Ryan Taylor. sending that one over the bar again. They're finishing this first half strongly.
Yeah, Waterford really lost their way in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Some of it was wayward shooting. Some of it has just been out muscling the middle third because Duggan is getting on the ball that bit more often. Clare, big Clare crowd here in Walsh Park.
Billy Nolan sends it down long. Again, Clare with that defensive shape will sweep it up through John Conlon. And they'll just take their time here as Conor Lean delays on possession ever so slightly and picks out a great pass as far as David Fitzgerald. He's got plenty of green grass here to run into. David Fitzgerald has the head up here and will try and find the point. He's hoping this one will curl inside the post, but just left it out to the left.
Yeah, Waterford has stopped pushing up there 10 minutes ago. Fitzgerald would have been tagged, but DeVurka went backwards rather than forwards, and he saw Fitzgerald going into the space. You need to keep attacking this now, Waterford.
Could really do with a score or two more before half-time. They might get one here. Jamie Barron sending it in again, and that one helped over the crossbar with the aid of Eibhear Quilligan. It's another point.
It is. Barron is really good again.
Now, Chris Mooney, I
discussions around staying inside the small square when you're pucking out the ball.
Every yard helps, doesn't it, into that breeze?
Yeah, every yard helps, there's no doubt about that. But if Quilligan's been slow on the puck outs, he's been right. If you're from Clare, you're saying do that, but he's staying inside the square now, striking the ball.
The final moments of the opening half. This one out on top of Duggan again, unable to keep it in play this time. 4 points the gap. Waterford will have the line ball. They take it now, sending it down into that forward line again. Can they add another score? Stephen Bennett has had a good first half. He's blocked down this time. Good defending from Darragh Lohan. And now it's John Conlon bringing a clear, fine ball into space as well. This is Shane Meehan, who scampers out to gather possession. Tricky player to mark for Waterford. Very quick on his feet now inside as far as Cathal Malone again. He's got a couple of points. Back out to Meehan again. He struck that one well. Has it held its line? It has. It's over the bar. Another point for Clare.
Yeah, it's a great block down. It came from Lohan there. Darragh Lohan did really, really well. Malone was cool and composed. The first ball went into Meehan, stuck. He bet the two inside Water defenders to set it up.
3 points the gap now as we head for half-time at Walsh Park. Clare finishing this first half very, very strongly. Waterford, though, have the ball. It's gone inside towards Jamie Barron, but the referee has awarded Clare a free.
All the little moments at the moment now are going against the men in white down on the pitch there. Clare are starting to squeeze. Clare played really, really well now in the last 10 minutes or so. They've gotten the opportunity to deliver the ball inside to Meehan or Lohan, or there's raiding runs up the middle by Cathal Malone.
And it's going to be Eibhear Quilligan to come out and take this free. And that wind certainly hasn't dropped in intensity over the course of the first half. Might have even got a bit stronger as Clare goes short with the free to Cian Galvin. Lovely control from David Reedy. Good block down on him then from Irla Daly, but Clare might still have it. Malone is in after it. Ball in along the end line now. And all of this eating into the clock from a Clare point of view, playing into the breeze. They've got it again. Peter Duggan does really well, gets it out as far as Aidan McCarthy. Wrapped up by a couple of challenges, and Waterford have it back. Is there one final score for them at the end of this first half? Racing clear is Jamie Barron. Had the head up, goes to the hand pass instead of the route one ball this time, out as far as Patrick Kern, who's dropped deep, and the referee has sounded the whistle for half-time. Well, Clare battled really hard towards the end of that opening half. Waterford in the ascendancy at the break, but Clare will have the breeze, a very strong breeze at that, in the second period. Work to do, but they will have the advantage of the elements at half-time. Half-time here at Walsh Park. It's Waterford leading Clare by 13 points to 10. We're back with Joanna the panel very shortly.
Brendan Cummins reckons that the breeze down in Walsh Park is worth about 7 to 8 points. So if that's the case, that is not a good scorecard from a Waterford point of view, because they had in the first half and they're only leading Clare by 3 at half time. But of course, who predicts what happens in the second half? Henry Shefflin and Liam Sheedy said during that game that from a Clare point of view, it was almost like 2 halves within a half.
Yeah, that was definitely true, and I think Brendan's remarked on the wind. I think it was a factor. It was a kind of scrappy first half, let's be honest about it. There was a lot of turnovers. As well as that, there was 10 frees, scoreable frees given in the match so far. There was only 4 converted, so that'll tell you the strength of the breeze. I'd say it's pulling left and right, but as you said, Waterford started very well. Clare kind of grinded themselves back into the wedge. They are champions, that's what champions do, and they're well back in it now.
You highlighted Jamie Barron before the game and his move to 11 as well. Himself and Darragh Lyons, they did so much of the heavy lifting from Waterford there, didn't they?
Yeah, both of them have been very successful. Barron, just the type of player he is. He's a dynamo type of player, marking John Conlon. John Conlon, like we said, likes to sit back. You'd even think with the wind that might test him more to get more free ball, that it might even suit him more against the wind. But you can see here the distance between both of them. Like, Jamie's after scoring 3 points himself. He's after assisting 2 points. Darragh Lyons has 3 points, and it's definitely a question mark from a Clare point of view as to how do we mark him. Do we still have John staying back? More than likely they're going to do that, but if that's the case, someone else needs to be tasked with actually marking him. But again, it was like this in the league finally. We were talking to any younger players about being constantly on the move, never stopping, always looking to give the simple pass. I think Jamie Barron is a perfect example of that, and we've seen him at his best in the first half.
Yeah, so that's Jamie Barron and Darragh Lyons. Liam, from a Waterford point of view, you all felt that Clare looked really tired at that point, and perhaps the turnaround maybe had something to do with it, but they just hung in, and then did they get stronger as the half went on?
Yeah, they certainly got stronger. I mean, as a Clare supporter, you know, if you were looking at the clock after 18 minutes and you're 10 points to 3 down and you're facing into the breeze, I mean, as Henry said about champions, they really were asked questions, and some of the scores they've picked off since, I mean, in the last 18 minutes it's been 7 points to Clare and 3 points to Waterford, so to turn that around against the breeze like that takes a lot of effort. And I thought throughout, you know, the ball up was a better quality ball. The energy that they were bringing up in the forwards, you know, the likes of David Reedy, Shane Meehan, they were getting on ball. Peter Duggan was starting to get on ball, and they picked off some really, really nice scores. And I think Brian Lohan will be very much enthused. And look, we spoke about this guy sorry, I didn't get a chance to speak about. I was going to speak about this guy, but Ryan Taylor, I think he's had a very, very big impact in the game. But we did mention about this guy in his aerial strength, and you know, he's picked off a sideline ball, he's picked off a point from play, but it's the amount of energy that he's bringing, and the way he's able to get his hands on the ball, and then he comes down and he watches and he's able to bring other players into it. And you know, Ryan Taylor's just waiting for it to come down here, zips onto the ball, and all of a sudden another great score. And like, you'd have to say Brian Lohan's men have really stood up in the second half of the first half, if you get me, Joanne, because for the first while they were losing all the 50-50 battles. They simply weren't at the pitch of the game, and they've really turned it around to a place now where they've gone in 3 points down, and they have a strong breeze in that second half.
Did it look to you as if Peter Duggan was almost determined yet again to sort of drag Clare through this?
Well, like Liam said, it was 10-3 and they got a sideline cut. He's become a spiritual leader. You know, he's just amazing what he can do. And even like when you think about it, people wonder, well, how did Clare start to get in top? They won the middle third, right? So how do you win the middle third? If you can puck a ball down and he can stand there, similar to Lee Chin yesterday, and just stand there and win it, you have the ball. So these Ryan Taylors, David Reedy, Shane Meehan can move off you and you can get scores, and it gets you back in, because otherwise the opposition bat the ball with the breeze, all the play starts going down in front of John Conlon, puts him under pressure, and that's the difference. And I think Peter Duggan is such a big player for what he did again in the first half.
Absolutely, and as a result, Clare are only 3 points down at the break in Walsh Park. Last week in their own turf, they were 12 points down at the end and ended up coming away with a draw against Cork. But who's going to predict what's going to happen in the second half? It's on the way. Here in Cork, the home team have arrived for their second helping of Munster 2025. Having left that 12-point lead slip in round one, Pat Ryan's men may have some frustrations to unleash, and against a team they beat by 18 points in this competition last year. No sign of Tipperary's arrival just yet. But last week against Limerick, they looked quite a different outfit to the one that succumbed to their neighbours 12 months ago, and the one undone in the league final earlier this month. It's a 4 o'clock start here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, and later on tonight, the full weekend wrapped up on the Sunday game from 9:30. Now, ahead of the Cork game, so this is in Cork, it's not down in Walsh Park, this is in Cork, where you see Mr. Kinnerk and Mr. Kiley, along with Mike Reardon, the Limerick secretary there, getting ready, interestingly, Liam, to watch Cork in action, as opposed to their next, that is in Waterford. We were led astray. Okay, it is in Waterford, so they're watching Waterford, who are in action next weekend.
Yeah, I was only wondering, maybe they couldn't have got a ticket, maybe that's why they came to Páirc Uí Chaoimh, but obviously that's not the case. They managed to get a ticket. But yeah, I mean, again, you know, that's the thing about Henry speaking earlier on, you get a chance to analyse the opposition before you play them, so I'm sure there's loads of note-taking going on for sure.
Loads of note-taking going. So Tip are just walking in now here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh ahead of that game. Rob Downey, actually, from Cork, is behind us out on the pitch, but we're trying to work out if he's likely to line out.
I was more interested. I saw Dara Fitzgibbon walking in. Did you see him? He must have about 5 hurls with him. I'd say he's ready for the battle. That's one sure thing. So, but Rob Downey is out there. I was just remarking the height of Rob Downey here behind us. Yeah.
Speaking of battles, there was a particular battle that caught your eye, Donal Logue, there, that led to a yellow card for Desi Hutchinson. Are hurlers beginning to get a bit soft?
I don't think that'll ever be the problem with hurling in general, Joanne, from what we've seen. But if you're asking me about this situation here, bullshit is what I would describe it. Nothing else. Like, I'd imagine if Adam Hogan was playing with you, he's the kind of fella you'd love. But in terms of this situation here, was a yellow card. Hurlers know what is a dirty tackle and not a dirty tackle. Like, Adam went down as if he was hurt. The only one that'd be really worried, was he hurt from a hurling point of view, was his mother at this situation. It's just no way was that a yellow card.
Is this something that's creeping in?
And sorry, the other thing I would add into that as well, Joanne, if you live by the sword, you have to be prepared to die by the sword, and that's definitely not on there.
No, and I seen an interview by John Kiley a number of weeks back, and he said that players need to step up as well, because I mean we are seeing a lot more of jumping down onto the ground, waiting to see what the referee's actions are, and then there's a miraculous recovery and you're up and you're running around the place like nothing has ever happened. So I think it's a good highlight of the fact that that's not something we want to see in our game. If you get a belt, you're entitled to go down, but not easily.
Okay, hopefully they'll all stay on their feet as we head back for this second half. By the way, I knew Donal Logue had said he was going to say that, but I assumed he was going to paraphrase. But no, it's Donal Logue. Let's head back down to Brendan and Cahill.
Thank you, Joanne. We're set to go now for the second half here at Walsh Park. Looks like Waterford have brought in Michael Kiley for this second half. He's taken up his position, it looks like, at wing forward for the early stages of this second half at least. Remember, Clare with the breeze now in the second half. So confirmation there that Michael Kiley replaces Kieran Bennett on the Waterford team. Early free here for Clare. Yeah, Waterford have a chance.
Waterford have been hoping to get off to a good start, maybe win the initial battle around the middle third of the pitch, and it hasn't gone to plan for them. So a chance now for Aidan McCarthy.
Had a couple of chances from frees in the first half. Aidan McCarthy was very difficult into the breeze down to the goal to his back now, but he has the aid of the breeze now in this second half. This one back inside his own half. The wind whipping over his right shoulder. Looking to get Clare off to the perfect start in this second half. They finished the first half very strongly indeed as McCarthy strikes. Looking after this one, has it sailed between the posts. No, it's wide again.
Yeah, he hasn't had that confidence. You see him in the first half when he had a couple of opportunities maybe to take on a score from general play. He didn't take it. Normally a forward will shoot on sight. And no Tony Kelly today to take up the slack.
Waterford in possession, but that one forward towards Stephen Bennett doesn't quite find the wing forward, but they do have it now through Jamie Barron. They've got to change their game a little bit now in this second half into the breeze. They have the line ball.
Yeah, it was that man Duggan again was the one tracking him down to get the block into it. See here again, it's eye on the ball all the time, Hurley up.
Peter Duggan had a brilliant first half, as discussed at half time. Had that sideline cut point from play as well. An out ball time after time after time for Clare, but they've lost possession here. John Conlon in with the challenge. Waterford still have it. Breaks loose and Clare putting in the challenge as Waterford bring it back out around. And then the long-range effort coming in from Mark Fitzgerald is just hanging up in the afternoon sky in over the head of everybody and out behind at the end for a while. But there was Michael Kiley in on the edge of the square.
Yeah, Kiley would have been hoping that would drop, and 5 or 6 yards more in play to give him a chance to use his strength inside.
Now, we'll get an indication of the Clare puck out with the aid of this breeze here. Ever Quilligan goes long this time down that central channel, out on top of McCarthy, who has lots of space to gather that one. Wriggles away from the challenge. McCarthy, having missed that free a few moments ago, brings the ball back towards his half-back line. That's Cian Galvin taking this one on. This one is off target as well, though.
Yeah, it's a great puck out from Ever Quilligan there. You could see McCarthy had made the run. He took the pace off it, just floated into his hand. Now Waterford have to run the ball out.
Going short from the puck out, but that one through the arms and hands of Mark Fitzgerald. Clare line ball. Peter Duggan will line this one up again.
Yeah, well, there should be a great angle on this one as well. He started 4 or 5 yards outside the right. It'll be hard though, striking off his right. Left-hand striker obviously would be easier.
Just taking his time here, Peter Duggan. Hit a brilliant sideline in the first half. Let's see what he can conjure up here. Not quite the connection he would have wanted. Down towards Ian Kenny. Ricocheted away from him, but picked up by the other cornerback, Iarla Daly, who brings it back in along the end line. That's a good ball clear as far as Stephen Bennett, who spins away from the challenge, and now it might open up for Waterford. Bennett has to carry this, and there's a really good challenge coming in from Aidan McCarthy.
Well, it's great tracking from McCarthy, to be fair to him. Not getting frees over the bar. You contribute in some way, and he did it there.
That's a good ball forward into space from Mark Fitzgerald. Waterford would love a score early on here in this second half, just to give the crowd something to cheer about. Clare dominated the closing stages of the first half. Waterford have possession here through Desi Hutchinson. Can he provide the inspiration here? Desi Hutchinson for Waterford gets the score. Just the start they would have wanted in this second half.
It is. There's great flick from Desi there, just to see it there. That little flick away to make space for himself. Again, leaning back, made little of the elements.
So that pads the lead out by a point to 4. As Quilligan again measures the puck out this time all the way down to the opposite 45. Great hands from Shane Meehan. Got that one out in front, now has the shooting opportunity, and that's a lovely shot in on the breeze and curled over beautifully as well. Brilliant from Shane Meehan.
Yeah, and again Quilligan with a great puck out. The temptation is to go long. In this case, again, he passes the ball out rather than pucking it out. And Meehan makes, again, a great strike. Shaped it in lovely.
Here's the man included, with Tony Kelly dropping out of the team, and he's made a big impact, Shane Meehan. 3 points for him already today, as Waterford goes short from the puck out. This one aimed down towards the new man in. Kiley is down there, and so too is Paddy Levy, out for a line ball.
Yeah, Kiley trying to come out there has been the out ball, similar to what Peter Duggan had done in the first half for Clare. He's very, very good in the air, and even if he doesn't win it, then he stops the momentum of counter-attack.
Paddy Levy strikes it forward beyond everybody, and now John Conlon scampers back there for Clare. Got there first, but couldn't get control of possession. Clare do have it now, though, through Ryan Taylor, who had 2 points in the first half. Off to Peter Duggan. He's been everywhere today. Can he do it again here? Peter Duggan. This one well claimed by Billy Nolan, and Waterford will come away with possession. 1 point apiece since half time, as Waterford play it down the line down there. There's a battle off the ball, and the referee spotted that Conor Lean was fouled, he said.
Yeah, he was fouled by Patrick Curran coming out. Lean had read the ball up the line really well, got the jump on Curran. Curran just wrapped his left arm around Lean's right shoulder there and pulled him to the ground. We'll see it here now. He's read the play really well.
So free for Clare. It'll be taken by Ever Quilligan. He's come out to have a go at this. Midway between the 21 and 45 is in his own half. The Clare goalkeeper sending it in long, in on top of a couple of players in there. Duggan is one of them. Ball there to be won. Waterford flooding bodies back into a defensive position, but Aidan McCarthy has it for Clare. Loses it momentarily. Darragh Lyons in there putting in the challenges, but that's a free out.
He was battled up well by the Waterford defence there. As soon as he got on it, here is a question whether he had actually picked it off the ground or not inside in the middle of all this as well. He hadn't. He got a good lift on it, just couldn't get it cleared. And then he's wrapped up by De Burka inside there as well.
Waterford retaining that advantage that they had at half time, at least in the early stages of this second half. belted clear here now by Billy Nolan again. Hanging up in the air. Players underneath that. Bennett was one of them. And now Waterford have it again. Kevin Mahoney got the touch on it. Big challenge coming in. Clare defending well, and that's David Reedy back there in his own half. Moves away from the congested area, now has some space to try and pick a pass, plays it across as far as David Fitzgerald. He gets it back towards Reedy again, but Waterford now closing in on the ball. Again, it squirts loose once more, and Waterford trying to bring some composure to this passage of play. Kiley might be in here, and he is. There's a goal chance on here for Waterford. This is a big moment. Kiley dishes that one off. Was there a foul in there? There was. It's a penalty. It's a penalty for Waterford.
Yeah, pull back on Kiley there is the call. Let's see here, as he went to strike it.
Tried to get the hand pass away. Good play from Jack Prendergast to play it off as far as Kiley. There was the challenge coming in, looked like Adam Hogan.
Yeah, the referee's decision is because of a wraparound tackle here from Hogan. He's saying it's a hold. You can see Hogan's left hand inside there. So, big opportunity now for Bennett.
Stephen Bennett, on the occasion of his 100th appearance for Waterford. This is a huge moment at the start of this second half. Bennett has to wait a little bit longer. Eivor Quilligan up against him in the Clare goal. Stephen Bennett from Ballysaggart drives it in, and it finds its way in. Waterford get the opening goal of the game, and how big a score might that be? They now lead by 6.
I don't know how it found its way in. He seemed to miss the lift. He fell over. Quilligan was going the wrong way, like soccer, like he picked the side. All the weight on his left foot. You can see him here. Did he strike him outside? He did. Both players just nearly fell over themselves. They hit it. It won't matter to Waterford though. Bennett finds the back of the net.
They all count, and Waterford in a good position now. Clare have to try and respond. Long puck out from Quilligan down towards the full back line at the other end. Clare have possession. Trying to come away with it is Mark Rogers, then lost his footing and loses the ball as well. Waterford have their tails up. Their supporters have found their voice now on home turf here at Walsh Park. Jamie Barron bringing it forward, sending it in long, and this one might work out again. Quilligan has to come for it. Doesn't quite control it at the first time of asking, but does well. John Conlon then completes the job out towards McInerney. The All-Ireland champions, 6 points down, 10 minutes into the second half. That ball races by David Reedy. Good defending from Ian Kenny. Forward it goes as far as Jamie Byrne, who's found a little bit of space now in the early stages of this second half. Nice ball forward as far as Patrick Curran, spinning away from the challenge. This would be a big score if they can get it. And Patrick Curran puts it over the bar.
Yeah, just on that last passage of play there in the last 40 or 50 seconds, Clare ended up being zonal around the pitch. Waterford were able to play in and out to their players. Clare normally pushed up, but Curran was the man there. You can see him into the crowd. It's a great finish over there.
And Clare now have questions to answer. 3 points was the gap at half-time. It's now out to 115 to 11. That's a 7-point gap, and Waterford in here on the puck out again. Real tussle for possession there along the sideline. Both sides closing in on it. Ryan Taylor does really, really well, and he might be in here. There might be a Clare goal on here. This is Ryan Taylor for Clare. Settles for the point in the end. There were a couple of players over to his left, but it's a point in the right direction.
Yeah, it is. Taylor's pace there, you can see he's absolutely electric. There's that man tied to Burke. You'll see a lot of that red helmet cutting off, covering back to help these defenders. He smells danger really well, the Burke.
Well, after that knee injury, Ryan Taylor showing all his pace there, closing in on goal, and now Waterford playing that one forward. It's a little bit aimless, and John Conlon able to go over there and gather it. Coming out for it was Desi Hutchinson for Waterford. Really good challenge though to force it across the sideline.
That's great work from Desi Hutchinson. Great work. I mean, that's what you're looking for there. If you're Peter Queally, it's just gold here to watch Hutchinson work like that, get the hook in on Conlon, turn over the ball. Paddy Levy an opportunity now to cut it inside into the square.
A couple of subs coming for Clare. One of them is Ian Galvin. That's him there in your shot now. Ian Galvin from Clonlara, and also in is Aaron Shanaher, having come on last week to good effect. So they're the two players in as this ball comes forward. Clare pick it up through Cathal Malone. David Fitzgerald is one of the players to make way for Clare as they try and now gain some momentum again. Long ball forward. Duggan is in after this again and picks it up, rides a couple of challenges. Still Peter Duggan pulls them off as Clare's off the shoulder. That's brilliant play from Duggan. It's found its way towards Galvin. Tight angle, and it's stopped by Nolan, the goalkeeper, getting in the way, and now Waterford back there to pick up the loose ball. They've lost it again though, and Clare still sense a score might be on, but they've put it wide.
Yeah, they look back, and if Waterford can get over this one, it's moments like this to look back on. Again, it was that man Duggan. Nolan stood up well. It was pretty much straight down the throat of him anyway, but they did well to recover after that. You can see him just got it with his left knee. Really good goalkeeping. Stand square at your near post.
We really have a game in our hands now. Just over 20 minutes of normal time left to play, but Waterford in a good position. Into the breeze as this puck out goes forward, out on top of Kiley, who's been picked up there by Ryan Taylor. Waterford do get the ball. It's with Tyg de Borca now, who picks out the pass forward as far as Jamie Barron. Hadn't too much room there off John Conlon. It's out for a line ball. Well, you can be sure that Clare were targeting Brendan the early stages of this second half to try and move in front and gain control with the wind at their backs, but it hasn't exactly gone to plan.
No, it hasn't, and Waterford have been able to work the ball really well again, but these ones are interesting.
Long ball forward, up towards the edge of the D, and Clare pick it up. This is David Reedy, and he might be in. Reedy is still there and gets the point for Clare. Really good work from the corner forward from Ennis.
Yeah, well, it's always going to ebb and flow. We're always going to get these moments where Waterford will have to defend with their lives, and again there's de Borca, the man trying to get the block in, but just don't concede a goal of what Peter Queel will be hoping on the far side.
Mark Fitzgerald found a little bit of space there to take the puck out, under pressure there from Peter Duggan, and Clare have the ball, and now it's out over the line. The referee sounds the whistle. It will be a line ball for Waterford just inside their own 45-metre line. We just have a bit of a stoppage here for another issue with the helmet for Peter Duggan. He's been everywhere for Clare.
Has been everywhere for Clare. But he said they want to fix the helmet properly. They bring over another one here now just to make sure his top part of the guard is broken, so he's only clipping it back in there, so it'll come off again. And he attracts so much attention. I'm not surprised his face guard comes off. And more often than it does, he's always his hand up, looking for work, looking to help his team. He's super player.
Mark Fitzgerald with the line ball now. Duggan is back into play. That ball finds its way to Duggan, who's wrapped up by a couple of challenges already. Michael Kiley in there. Down along the sideline, the supporters really getting involved now. Who can take a hold of possession here? Waterford have it. Superb work from Jamie Barron. Plays that one clear. This is what they have to do, running off the shoulder, and now the chance to deliver the ball inside. Clare have the numerical advantage back there in terms of defenders. Good defending from Adam Hogan, who gets it away as far as Mark Rogers. Almost won back by Waterford, but now it will be Clare with Cathal Malone, who hit a couple of points in the first half. He might get a chance here. Holds off the challenge, does take on the shot from over along the sideline, but it's wide.
Yeah, the pressure again coming in from Darragh Lyons and Barron on the other side of the pitch there. So doing everything in their power to stop Malone, put pressure on the strike.
Well, there, Peter Duggan just, I think, getting a new helmet after all of the running repairs. There's Peter Queally. He'll be pretty happy with the position his team is in, with less than 20 minutes of normal time now left to play. They lead by 5, but a long way left to go with Waterford playing into that breeze. Here's Stephen Bennett. He hit that penalty earlier in this second half. That one's forward, but Clare have an extra body or two back there. John Conlon has all the time in the world here to try and pick out a ball forward. It's a good one as well. Inside into that Clare full forward line. It's in the arms of Ian Galvin, who plays it back brilliantly. Duggan rifles it over the bar. Really good goal chance, but it's a point for Clare.
It's a big chance. Nobody tracking Duggan. I think it was Fitzgerald who was the one falling back. He got the jump on him. Took another step maybe and go lower with that. See, here is why Duggan is down with the injury there. Prunty's not looking anywhere near Peter Duggan. Duggan runs into him. Certainly a big chance.
It's a point. Peter Duggan's okay. And Clare back to within 4.
Substitution on the Waterford team, number 20, Patrick.
Now Waterford bringing in their first sub of this second half. They brought on Michael Kiley at half-time, and now Patrick Fitzgerald in at corner forward, in for Patrick Kern, who hit a couple of points. So that's another change for Waterford as they try and bring themselves to victory here over Clare. The last time they beat Clare in the Munster Championship was back in 2016. They did beat them in the All-Ireland series in 2020 on their way to the final, Waterford. So try and work this ball out. They've got to go a little shorter now into that breeze, but they've coughed up possession. Clare with David Reedy doing really, really well, looking for another score. The All-Ireland champions trying to move back into contention, and David Reedy has another point.
Yeah, again, just trying to work the ball out. Waterford doing the right thing. They have to try to do that. Then obviously when you're turned over, but it's now time for Waterford, and see Billy Nolan inside to find one of the half forwards. Someone needs to get possession.
9 minutes since Waterford's last score. They need one quickly, but David McInerney rises highest there to win it. Now the shooting chance coming in for the sub Ian Galvin. Good block down from Mark Fitzgerald. Now won by Kevin Mahoney, who burrows clear of a couple of challenges, plays it forward, but well, this is where they've lost the last couple of possessions, Waterford, and Adam Hogan tears out from the back. Brilliant corner back play. Now can he cap it off? Maybe with a score. Instead goes with a hand pass, but that one out towards Mark Fitzgerald, having done so well initially. Adam Hogan, great take from Michael Kiley under huge pressure here, gets the ball away in time to Bennett, who's under massive pressure as well. Now it's clear with Jamie Barron in space, has the head up, has to go for the score. Brilliant from Jamie Barron. Really important point for Waterford. They move 4 in front again.
They do, and that's what Kiley gives you there. Made the ball stick on Conlon. Jamie Barron would have known that and came in quick as you like over the bar again. Barron's having a great game, very accurate on the strike.
4 points for him. But Clare's response to the concession of that penalty has been good. They've really roared back into it, but with 15 minutes or thereabouts of normal time left to go, they trail by 4 points. Long puck out from Eivor Culligan. Ball breaks nicely for Clare down there. Good defending from Waterford. They've got the bodies back there. They wrap up the ball carrier, who was Shane Meehan, and now Waterford try to retain it in the middle of the park. John Conlon was right beside Bennett. Then it squirts clear from Darragh Lyons, who needed to hold on to that one. Now it's with Duggan again, who takes this one on from long range. Well, he can do little wrong today. Peter Duggan again from right out in the midfield fires over a superb point.
Yeah, every little error is punished there. Darragh Lyons just let the ball fall out of his hand, and Duggan again, very accurate. When you hit it that hard, it doesn't move left or right, straight split the post.
We're going to have another Waterford sub in a few minutes. Shane Bennett is ready to come in there on the far side. Meantime, play continues. Puck out down on top of Michael Kiley. Breaks away from him, but it's picked up by Darragh Lyons, who does well. Gets it back towards Mark Fitzgerald. That's a good ball this time into the full forward line. It's 2-on-2 inside there. This time good defending again from Adam Hogan. The corner back from Feakle doing really, really well. Out as far as Colin Malone for Clare now. Drives it down low. Out towards Aaron Shanaher. Spilled away from him, but it's out for a line ball for Clare.
Today's official attendance,
And now we will
is 12,000
have that substitution.
Substitution on the Waterford team,
And
number
that is
22,
Shane Bennett, another of the Bennett brothers from Ballysaggart. And he's in with Kevin Mahoney making way. Shane Bennett, another of the players from the All-Ireland winning under-21 team of 2016. This line ball coming in again. This time it's wide. Another good strike from Peter Duggan.
His favourite side over on that, striking off the right. Now Kiley, I'm sure, will be the man under the puck out.
Long it goes from Billy Nolan. A crucial 15 minutes coming up for both of these teams in the context of this year's Munster Championship. Every point crucial. And Waterford in the ascendancy right now, and they've got the ball too. This is Shane Bennett just on the field, trying to get away from the challenge of Cian Galvin, who stuck to his task manfully. Matched Bennett step for step, but he still has it. The Waterford substitute has to pick the pass back outside now to Patrick Fitzgerald, who has the room to shoot. Will this one curl sufficiently? It is curling. It has curled too much, but it might just work out. There's a goal chance. Yep. Oh, it's in. A second Waterford goal, and what a time to get it. It's come from Stephen Bennett.
Yeah, they're always the hardest one. You know, he played inside in the goals. Fitzgerald hits this one in, it's hanging, and Bennett has left Conlon inside there. He's been read it really, really well. The last person you want to get it is Bennett in there. He's really cool. He passes the ball into the net.
And Waterford now in a 6-point lead. Clare need an instant response. They might get it here through Rogers, who just lost his footing at the crucial moment. Clare still have the ball. Now it spills loose and Waterford have it with Tig de Borca playing it clear. Stephen Bennett, 2 goals for him today. Can he add another point to his tally here? Low trajectory on that, and it has found its way over. Brilliant from Stephen Bennett. The Waterford supporters on their feet. And what a position they find themselves in now. That one just snuck over the bar. They have possession from the puck out as well. Clare, though, have a chance to win it back. They have won it back with David Reedy. This is opening up now. Might there be a goal on here? Reedy drives it in and over the bar. That closed the gap down. 6 points the margin again.
Yeah, well, any time in fairness to Waterford, there's a question they've asked them. They've come up with a goal at the far end there. And Clare low now on the line there will be hoping that one ball can land down top of Shanahan's head. He might be able to win it over Prunty. A little like what we saw in Ennis last weekend against Cork. They need a goal.
Irla Daly launches it long. Waterford now starting to retain ball a bit better up in that final third. They have it this time with the pass into space. Doesn't quite find a player in a blue and white jersey. And Clare have it back. 11 minutes of normal time to play. Waterford leading by 6 points against the All-Ireland champions at Walsh Park. Long one down from Culligan. Breaks Bills. No one there in a Clare jersey to take advantage. Irla Daly picks it up out as far as Billy Nolan again. Will go long this time. 3-on-2 in that Waterford full forward line. Bennett is after it once more. Oh, he might just get on the end of it as well. There's a chance, and it's another point. What a game he's having. Stephen Bennett with another Waterford score.
Yeah, serious hurler there. Bennett actually played the ball inside around the back. Their defender just slipped over. Bennett was there to finish it off.
Well, Waterford had spoken in the lead up to this game. Their eyes were on it for quite a distance out. The importance of having a good home record in this competition. Good take there from Mark Rogers. Dishes it off as far as Ryan Taylor, who rides a challenger too, now has the shooting chance. Ryan Taylor rather for Clare gets the points.
Yeah, Waterford dealt with it really well. They just kind of sat back a bit. They're happy enough in a lot of ways just to concede this point here, realising of course that they're 6 points clear. The main thing is that Clare don't get a goal on them.
Into the final 10 minutes at Walsh Park. Break down towards Peter Duggan again. Gets it away from a couple of Waterford challengers, but Barron has stolen in to win it back and wins a free as well. Jamie Barron. Outstanding play from him.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. Barron has here. Just picks up the pieces again. Great hands, driving through the heart of the Clare defence. See him there, look. And just wins that free.
And now a chance for another point for Stephen Bennett. 2-4 for him so far today.
Peter Duggan now, I think, is heading in towards the edge of the square. Shanahan's coming out to switch.
Not just happening off camera as Bennett drives this one in. It held its line into the breeze and it's over the bar. Every score crucial now, and that just extends the Waterford lead out ever so slightly. 2-19 to 18 points. Long at goals from Eibhear Culligan. All the way down there on top of Duggan. Waterford though managed to clear it away out as far as Shane Bennett, who will run at the challenge there of Keane Galvin. Keeps it on the field of play and now has some space in front of him. Shane Bennett has carried this ball a long way. He'll take on the shot here. What a score this would be if he can get it. Shane Bennett, is it over? Some of the supporters thought that it was, but it's been waved wide.
Caught it 3 times on the far side as well. That's where the Clare players are remonstrating with the referee. As well, it went wide anyway.
And the ref just having a word with a couple of the Clare players here as well. I think he's going to have him take the puck out again. Yeah, the Clare players, I think, are just asking the question.
Yeah, I did, but the referee's decision, I suppose, is that the ball went wide. We'll restart play with the puck out. Clare would have wanted to free a little closer to the goals, though.
Quilligan with the puck out. This one, though, straight to a Waterford player. And the home team now can see the finish line coming into view. Ball forward again. Defending to do for Clare, Conor Lean sticking to his task well down there in the corner and managed to win the ball under a lot of pressure. Clears it away brilliantly too as far as Cathal Malone. Out it goes though, off a Waterford player in the end. Out for a line ball for Clare. Well, is it a case, Brendan, now going route one towards Peter Duggan on the edge of the square?
Well, they'll have to, but the matchup is good. If you're Peter Queerley on the far side there, you're saying, look, Peter Duggan is marking Prunty. I'd be happy enough with that in a lot of ways. Prunty's a seasoned campaigner as well, and you'll know that the bombs are going to be dropping in. He'll be able for him.
Prunty back from that shoulder problem that he had earlier on in the year. And lining out at full back today for Waterford. Little ruck develops here with both teams trying to get possession, and Stephen Bennett, what a game he has had at wing forward for Waterford. Wins possession. This one down into the corner where Patrick Fitzgerald will pick it up. He has the time here as well, thinking about a pass. Instead goes for the shot. That's brilliant. Wonderful score. And Waterford building on their lead again, this time through Patrick Fitzgerald.
Conor Lean is stopped for some attention there. Patrick Fitzgerald had him in the corner there. See Conor Lean standing back. He's slightly limping. Fitzgerald didn't care. He just put that between the posts, and Waterford on a real roll here now.
6 minutes of normal time left to play. 2:20 to 18 points in favour of Waterford against Clare, the All-Ireland champions. Coming to Walsh Park, but in a difficult position now. They had the answers last week in staging that comeback against Cork. They had them many times last year as well, on their way to that All-Ireland title. This is Bennett again, taking on the shot. Will it have the distance? It does, but not quite the accuracy.
But what a difference Kiley has made as well. I mean, again, anything that's been happening in that half-forward line, he's been on it.
Quick puck out as far as Rodgers with that one out to the left and wide. They can't afford to miss them at this stage.
No, you can't. And
Substitution on
Lean
the
now will be
team,
leaving
number
the field of play. He's
91,
injured.
Number 4, Conor Lean.
So Conor Lean off, having picked up that knock in that last passage of play, and in comes Rory Hayes.
That shot away there kind of sums up where Clare were at there from Rodgers. It was just snapped at. It was not hit with any major conviction, and Water are all over Clare at the moment.
Puck out finds Paddy Levy, drives it long again. Another battle for possession in there. It's found its way to a Waterford man. Things going their way right now. Desi Hutchinson adds another point for Waterford. They really are motoring nicely. The captain leading by example at a crucial stage.
Yes, and they're getting an opportunity to hit the ball in as 1v1 inside, and the inside forwards are playing really, really well for Waterford now, putting away the opportunities.
This will be a free. The referee spotted an infringement. It'll be a Clare free.
There's a tug back on the far side. That's what he's saying from Mark Fitzgerald there. But the man the shot, Peter Queeley, will be happy enough just to let the odd free here and there break the momentum of the game with 5 minutes left or so plus injury time.
Chance now with the free. This will be David Reedy to take it. They need every score now. Time running out as well for Clare. Reedy stepping up now, just outside that 45-metre line. Wind helping him here, but that's off target again.
Yeah, it is. It's just to be days like this, I suppose, is what Brian Lohan might be saying afterwards to his players. Still a bit of time to go yet, and a couple of high balls into the square to Peter Duggan. You never know, but Waterford certainly now have played really, really well in this second half. And
12 wides for Clare. Waterford into the breeze in this second half. They led by 3 at half time, but they've built on that brilliantly. Stephen Bennett with a pair of goals, one from a penalty. Clare, though, still alive. We've seen them come back from difficult positions before. They have a free. Down in front of Brian Lohan. This one will be taken quickly. No surprise to see the urgency in around the square. This is a dangerous one in there. Billy Nolan watched it all the way and collects just off camera as Paddy Levy now drives it clear for Waterford. Can they see this result out as they try and emerge in the round-robin section in Munster for the first time? Waterford, that one is a free for Clare.
All stewards, please, to end of match positions. All stewards to end of match positions.
I think the referee is going to go in and speak to one of his umpires. He's been called in there.
Yeah, just off the ball altercation there. Both yellow cards, and just move on. The two of them had a little bit of a wrestling match on the ground. There's not any harm really.
And now the free to be taken. 2 yellow cards there for Patrick Fitzgerald and Rory Hayes, 1 apiece. The referee has sounded the whistle again. I think he wants that free to be taken again. Just making his way in. Was there something happening off the ball there perhaps as well? Chris Mooney making his way in.
Something off camera, we might have caught it from behind the goals, but either way, this all suits Waterford. Slows the whole thing down. See it in here now.
Please do not encroach onto the pitch. We ask patrons
Goes
to
down.
please remain off the field at the end of today's game. Thank you.
A couple of players collected there in the goal mouth area. That's the cornerback Irla Daly down.
Yeah, and again, just any slight contact at all, he's going to go down. He's going to take his time. Everything is slowing up the game. See Aaron Shanahan inside kind of smirking, saying we all know what you're doing. A lot of ways to performance in the last 25 minutes, and Waterford have earned them the right now to slow down the game.
Clare will eventually get to take the free. Play back underway, driven in there into the goal mouth area. Again, Waterford, they've swept up that ball brilliantly in this second half, and look at that from Stephen Bennett. Takes it brilliantly. This would really cap off an outstanding individual display. Stephen Bennett for Waterford. It does not get any better than that.
That's just unbelievable from Bennett. He's been really, really good, but even on that, on the spin against the wind.
Superb from the man making his 100th appearance, as we mentioned earlier on, for Waterford today. What a career he's had, and today one of the finest individual performances he's produced in his county's jersey. Waterford now on the brink of a big result here, but still a little bit to go. We will have a significant amount of added time, you'd imagine, as that ball played as far as Shane Bennett this time. Good tackle from John Conlon. Ball breaks free. Patrick Fitzgerald gets involved for Waterford. Now it's with the other substitute, Michael Kiley. What an impact he has made, and now he's got a point for his efforts as well.
He has, and deserved that score for Kiley there. The effort he's put in no small part. Himself and Bennett have been absolutely fantastic between the Clare 65 and 45. They've won the ball, they've created hassle, stopped it from coming out, created opportunities.
Clare have it. There might be a hint of a goal on here. Duggan has it, sends in the shot. Great save from Billy Nolan. Still there for Clare. In along the end line, back there battling forward is Tig de Borca, and Waterford emerge with possession. The home supporters on their feet applauding their players. Referee says there's no free there. Play continues with Tig de Borca. Plays that one inside, and still play continues. Clare will have the shooting chance here, opportunity for the point, and this one is over the bar. It's a small step in the right direction coming from Shane Meehan, who's had a very good game.
It is, and this Munster Championship is so close. Clare will have to try to get point for point. Maybe the win could be, obviously at this stage, a long ways out of their reach, but every point they could get could mean an awful lot in 2 or 3 weeks' time and come down to score difference.
Sub on the Waterford team making way there is Darragh Lyons.
There will be at least 4 minutes additional
And Sean
time
Walsh is in. We'll have 4 minutes of added time
4
here.
minutes additional time.
The Waterford support clapping Lyons off the field.
Another big man in Sean Walsh.
Was warming up quite vigorously at half-time, Sean Walsh, but he's in now here for the closing stages. Waterford looking to see out the result. Clare battling hard still right to the very end. This one through from Darragh Lohan, sending it in towards Peter Duggan. It'll be a free. The referee brings it back for the earlier infringement.
It was really good play as well from Prunty inside. You see the way he handled with Duggan. He's big and he's physical enough to not be pushed off the ball. He got the hurley in. It was just a foul on Ryan Taylor there.
It'll be a free for David Reedy. Looks like he's lining this one up for the point, but goals really what Clare need at this point.
Yeah, but the long game is just to reduce the deficit there, get the minus column less and less as you can. He's done that.
Reedy finds the range from the free, closes the gap down slightly, 2:23 to 20 points, and the roar will tell you that Austin Gleeson has arrived back into the championship fray for Waterford. He was away from the inter-county game last year. Had a brief cameo appearance during the league against Westmeath, but he's on here for the final few minutes.
Yeah, it's great to see Ozzy back. For all people out love hurling, it's great to see him back in our game again.
And Waterford now looking to finish with a flourish. As that ball comes down, they'll take possession again in the middle, taken on quickly by Shane Bennett. Goes short, picked up by Eivor Quilligan. Launch long now for Clare, all the way down. Duggan is in along the end of the square. This one might find its way through to Shanahan. There is a goal chance. Nolan was out there to smother. Still there for Duggan, who holds off a couple of challenges, but Waterford defend it really, really well. Tyke de Burke brings it away, sends it forward to Jamie Barron. Picks out a nice ball down as far as Desi Hutchinson. This would be a great score from back to front if they could cap it off with a point for Waterford. A couple of players hanging back in the pocket. This is Jamie Barron again, looking for a point. Well, that's nearly as good as a point at this stage, as I say, for Waterford now, as they negotiate the final few moments here at Walsh Park. In it goes from Conlon, in on top of Duggan again. Taken up, and away it goes again. Referee has halted play here. There's a Clare player down.
Yeah, it'll be an indirect free for Waterford coming out. I think he thought that the Clare player had just a longer term injury there for the Clare player, but it's an indirect free for Waterford again. You can see the roll of the ankle just stepped on him accidentally. Unusual, obviously, for a referee to stop the game for some roll in their ankle, but in fairness to him, he did think it was a more serious injury on the Clare player. But again, it all just suits Waterford, doesn't it?
In the second half, well, we spoke in the early stages of the second half about the difficulty for Waterford playing into that strong breeze in the second half, but they really did roar into the contest. Those couple of goals from Stephen Bennett breathing life into their challenge, and they're going to end here with a very significant victory in their opening match in this year's Munster Championship. Clare do have a point on the board after that draw with Cork last week. They'll have to reset now for their last two matches against Limerick and Tipperary. Ball cleared away by Conlon, all the way down towards Duggan again. He's got two defenders for company. Duggan has had a fine game, and he's won possession here, somehow has the free as well.
Yeah, it's really well. Duggan, when he came down like that, it's thought Fronty first of all had it inside. Now it's Shanahan, surely will go for goal here, or maybe Peter Duggan, whoever's deciding they're going to hit it.
So it will be a free for Clare to be taken by David Reedy. Looks like he'll just pop this over the bar.
And again,
the point.
The reason why he's doing that is that score difference is what they have. The guy out in the pitch, thankfully, he's left his clothes on.
Now the referee blows the full-time whistle. What a win that is for Waterford. They win in the end by 223 to 21 points. And Brendan, that's a superb start for Waterford in this Munster campaign.
It is, and what you saw here in that 35 minutes is Waterford reaching their potential in this championship. And it's been a fantastic performance for them. Waterford people have been crying out for this kind of performance. Kiley coming on, Bennett, Hutchinson inside. They've been absolutely fantastic in this second half, no doubt.
It's a wonderful day for Waterford here at Walsh Park. They've beaten the All-Ireland champions, Clare. It's finished Waterford 223, Clare 21 points.
Thank you, Cathal, and thank you, Brendan, as well. Waterford's first Munster Championship win over Clare, would you believe, since the semi-final all the way back in 2016, and only a fourth ever win in the round robin as well. But of course, Liam Sheedy, they did actually beat Cork in their opening Munster campaign last year as well. So they have the warning there.
They have the warning there, Joanne, but like from where Waterford are at, the All-Ireland champions coming to town after such an impressive second half performance last week. Waterford were straight in, 10 points to 3 up. You felt at half time they didn't have enough. They grabbed a bit of a lead again early in the second half. Clare pegged them back to the 3 points, but it was all Waterford for a finish, and like their full value for their 8-point victory. They were really, really good. Some brilliant individual performances, and overall Clare were too dependent on the likes of Peter Duggan and Ryan Taylor. Lost too many individual battles, but for Waterford they'll be really, really happy. 2 points on the board, and I think they'll have learned a bit from last year. So they're certainly, you know, we said it earlier on before this match, anybody can beat anybody else, and we've seen the proof of that again here today, you know.
Donal Óg is the key for them now to be able to build on this, to consistently do it.
That's it, that's the challenge. The week after week is testing everybody, and to Liam's point, it's the beauty of this championship. Anybody can beat anybody. You have to give it to to be fair from a Clare point of view, Taylor, Duggan, Reedy I thought fought very hard from Clare, but from a Waterford point of view they had loads of heroes. Jamie Barron was outstanding as was flagged. Stephen Bennett really good as well. They deserve everything that they got today, Joanne.
And the way they did as well, because everybody was concerned from their point of view at half-time, Henry, because they had been playing with a strong breeze and were only 3 points up.
Yeah, but I think against the wind probably suits Waterford a little bit more. Desi Hutchinson wasn't in the game at all in the first half. He afforded more space in the second half. You have Jack Pendergast, these Darragh Lyons working back, and I think Ty de Burka had a massive influence as the game went on. I thought he was struggling a little bit initially, but for him as a sitting six that we talk about, he was able to sit back. It just bottled up the whole thing, and Clare weren't not able to find any spaces. So, and I'll be honest, the energy of Waterford compared to Clare, you could see that, and those players bring that. And then, as Brendan alluded to, Kiley coming in, Shane Bennett coming in, they just added a great boost for Waterford. And I think now, to be honest, the turning point was the first goal, the penalty that just gave Waterford the confidence to go from there.
Well, let's have a look at that then, because Stephen Bennett had this remarkable 15 minutes. First of all, should they have had the penalty in the first place?
I think looking at it, that definitely, as we were saying, that Mikey Kiley was going to have that type of impact. He's a big, powerful man. When you watch it from the other side, Adam Hogan's definitely holding his hurley. We looked at it here in the league final. There was an example of holding the hurley. We'll watch it closely here. He's definitely holding on to his hurley.
But the only thing I'd say in that, don't know, is the play before that in the far corner, Aidan McCarthy had the ball and 2 Waterford players were holding him, and it was given as a free out. Now I know it's somewhat contentious.
Then you look at the penalty, like the last penalty that these two came up against each other, Bennett hit a rocket to Iver Quilligan's left-hand side, and I can guarantee you that was in his mind, and I wonder was it in Bennett's mind as well, it hit in the same spot. But either way, he hit the target. It was a huge thing, and this was you always tell fellas against the wind that you have to keep watching the ball. Amazing with John Connell will be really disappointed with himself for an experienced man to take that chance.
But you have to hand it to this guy. I mean, how long is he doing it for Waterford? I watched him here in the league final. He got 12 points. He came out again today. He scored. I mean, he's just been Mr. Waterford. I think this is his 100th appearance, Joanne. Damien mentioned earlier on in commentary.
Despite all those injuries.
Despite all those injuries, I mean, he's nearly on. He's hanging in together. And every day he comes out, he has the ability to do this for Waterford. And I thought he led the line so well today. And again, two goals and 7 points speaks volumes for the man. Well played, Stephen Bennett.
And that 2-2 was within those 15 minutes and made such a big difference. Now, I'm going to hang the lads out to dry here, because they had this back and forth for about 10 minutes over whether it should have been Stephen or Jamie Barron who was man of the match. Let's find out with Damien.
Thanks very much, Joanne. Owen Cleary from Centre is here to present Stephen Bennett with the Centre man of the match. Owen, would you do the honours, please? Thank you very much. Stephen, what a great win for you guys. What was the difference today, in your own opinion?
I suppose we just upped it at half-time. We were 13-10 up, I know, but there was actually a savage wind there. Thought we were disappointing at times in the first half. Backs were brilliant, but I suppose me included now, we wasted a few chances. We kind of got caught standing a bit in the first half. So I suppose, look, we said 3 points up on Clare at half-time. Wind or no wind, we'd have taken it, coming in. So we really pushed on now in the second half. Subs made a difference. So it was pleasing, to get all the boys back in the field as well.
Stephen, was there any danger that with the wind that you had in the first half that maybe your best chance had gone? Clare had a big swirling breeze, huge players like Peter Duggan on the end. Instead, it was you guys that came out in the second half and really pushed up and took it to them.
Yeah, look, I suppose any day we have a full team, I think we're a match for anyone. We have the confidence in ourselves, we fancied coming down and winning. We have to win. It's fairness, the crowd were brilliant. You hear at stages, you actually really do need them, and they're brilliant now, so in fairness, but we have to give them something to shout for as well. So look, I said we've had hard days as well, but last year we had 3 points after 2 games. We've 2 now after 1. And I think a few years ago we were the same. We need to get another win on the board now and then look for a Munster final, but we haven't time to even think of this. We've Limerick now in 6 days' time, so look, pleasing today.
Yeah, and just the context of this, it will give you a huge belief after coming off a league title to push on here and to match the intensity of the All-Ireland champions. It has to be great for confidence to bring everybody closer together still.
Yeah, I think there was nothing simple there. I was simple out. It was only work rate there, really. Second half, we really turned them over. We put them under savage pressure. And our backs, Conor Prunty, like them, were brilliant. They didn't even catch the ball cleanly, In fairness, Clare were very good as well. I know they were missing a few, but for many years we've been missing our main fellas as well, So they'll be a massive challenge again down the line, and I've no doubt they'll come back out of the group, you know.
Final question for you, Stephen. Your 100 appearance. I think you got 2-7 today. Just for you to keep going through the pain barrier with your hips and all that. For days like this, I know, but how hard is it to stay going, and is it worth it all?
Sure, look, just today is worth it. For the next 10 minutes, I do it as much as I can, you know. It's this is literally what you do. You know, you'll be questioning it for months and months, and then you get a day like today and you're just like, yeah, that's why I do it, you know. So it is brilliant. But as I said, I've a lot to work on now, like the first half performance as well.
Centre man of the match, well done.
Thanks a million.
Wasn't that the interview of a man who has been through the mill down through the years, but still loving playing for Waterford? And it's they who are on top of the table. We've still got Cork and Tip to come. Waterford today have beaten the All-Ireland champions, the reigning All-Ireland champions, for the first time since they beat who, Liam Sheedy? Tipperary back in when they were the reigning champions back in 2002. I want to ask you about Stephen Bennett's penalty, if we can go back, because it was very odd looking from our point of view. Can you tell us, as a penalty taker, have you any idea what happened?
Well, I think he was going for power, and I do think he was going to try and hit across himself, but then the ball kind of got away from him, so he kind of reached at it, and you can see he actually, and that's where Eibhear Quilligan thought he was going. So it ended up, as he was reaching for the ball, it hit the top of his hurl, the bottom of the hurl, and that's why he meant the other side, and Eibhear Quilligan was flat-footed. So I'm sure Stephen will tell the boys he meant to do that, but I don't think so.
Just before we leave this particular game, Donal Óg, you highlighted something coming into hurling that you don't like the looks of. Did we see it again in the second half?
I think we did, and I know it's a tough enough job that the referees have. They have a lot on their case. Number one, responsibilities to the players. It's not our game, and I think definitely Earl Daly went down as if he was getting shots. So I would say number one, responsibilities on the players, but number two, however the referees are going to do it,
did he not get a bit of a hit there?
I know, but like Joanne, did he get enough like that? I would swear it was Mike Tyson was after hitting him. Now I know Shanner's a big man, he's a big strong man, but he ain't Mike Tyson either.
Liam?
Yeah, look, there was contact. So, you know, you're at the stage where, you know, it's not something that like, as soon as you're in that territory, you're in danger of getting sent off. But equally, you have to go back. We cannot have players consistently hitting the ground and waiting to see if they can get guys sent off. I just think it's something that's in our game that needs to stop.
Well, it was a superb performance from Waterford anyway on their own turf as well down in Walsh Park, and that brings us to what might be offered up here in Cork, a third meeting this year between two neighbours and two traditional powerhouses looking to re-establish their place in this world.